Okay, part two of shopping my favorite ceramic store, bigceramicstore.com. Where we left off, we were talking about Amoco Potter's Choice glazes, and I was ranting on about glaze safety a bit. Just please remember, I'm not a ceramic professor or an expert. I've been doing ceramics for a couple of years now. I find it very interesting. I've got an education background, so I teach some classes on the side. It's somewhere between a hobby and a profession at this point for me. I sell some stuff on Etsy. I sell some things at a local farmer's market. It's probably closer to a hobby, but all that said, uh, I always recommend people doing extensive research on their own when it comes to any type of item that they're interested in. So with that being said, I was talking about in the video before we were talking about different kilns, and I showed you the kiln that I purchased, the Paragon kiln, and I ranted on about that for quite a while. And then I was talking about the FAQ section, and I said that I'm not too familiar, but I've gone to a section of this website before that tells you all these amazing facts and information that you'd ever want to know about pottery. So that happened. Okay, so we were looking at all of the amazing glazes that they offer, and I was saying that my favorite is the Amoco Potter's Choice. There it is. Okay, Amoco makes some other kinds. I like Potter's Choice because it's kind of what you think of when you think of pottery. That type of glaze. That's the kind of glaze I like. And I said I would stick with an AP non-toxic glaze, Amoco Potter Choice, BC12, Midnight Blue. That's a glaze that I've used before and I like it. It says it's non-toxic. That's what AP means. You also have caution label for this, that's CL. And I stick with the non-toxic stuff because I teach kids. I teach people that are just starting off. I don't know what they're going to use the pottery for. I'm not an expert on it myself, so I just feel much more comfortable sticking to the AP glazes because there's so many choices now. And as I said, obviously don't use a lead glaze or anything toxic. If you get down to the bottom, O means opaque, so this is at the top. It said it said an AP non-toxic opaque glaze. Okay. This glaze fires between 5 and 6, cone 5 and 6, lead-free. Safety label, it says some AP, some caution label. That means you got to look at the glaze itself to see what it is. And is it dinnerware safe? Yes, or you can use it for dinnerware. That's always another good thing. When I'm teaching lessons, I pick glazes that you can because I don't know what people are going to use them for. A collection of Potter's favorite glazes made easy. It said they are made for anyone who would like to achieve the cone 10 reduction effect without having to have a reduction gas kiln or firing at high temperatures. There are so many different types of Potter's Choices glazes, and you can get like a mix and match thing. I buy them individually because I stick to the I keep messing up. I stick to the non-toxic glazes. So you just have to bear with me because the computer is a little slow with the video capture going on at the same time. So yeah, you can see lots of choices to choose from. Let's see. So I used that Midnight Blue before. I like blue. That's my favorite glaze color by far. Blue root tile, I've used that. Indigo float, I've used that. Like I said, I like blue. And then the other one that I use, Albany Slip brown. Mine usually come out more of a brown color than this example. Really, I like that glaze quite a bit. Okay, now there's many more choices in the glaze world than just what I explained. I've also, I think I've used, I think it was Spectrum. Actually, when I buy my glazes, I don't get them here. I get because I can get them a little cheaper at a local shop. So, like I said, shop around. But another reason I use Big Ceramic Store is for ideas. I'm not sure if the other glaze that I had was Spectrum or not, but I would do the same thing. I would make sure the one that you're purchasing is non-toxic. Super slow computer. And it doesn't say. So, I wouldn't buy it without doing more research. But you can see all the wonderful things in the pottery world from the site because it's sort of a bit of everything. They don't have everything. They don't have the clay that I use. Um, I use Midfire. The brand I have, I believe, is called Standard from Pennsylvania. They don't have that, but that's just one type that there is. Laguna. And there are other brands. Amico Clay. I think this is, if I remember correctly, something weird. Yeah, this is not potter's clay. They don't just do potter's material here. They do lots of different things like air dry and self hardening, sculpting clay. Which is nice because some people want to do pottery and not have to purchase a kiln. I don't think these would be more for art related projects. I don't know if it's non toxic. I don't know any of that kind of stuff. So you have to take all that into consideration when purchasing. Tools. So many cool tools. Hand building tools, throwing tools, bats, trimming bats, decorating tools, texture tools. They even sell books and DVDs. And if you go to the Paragon website that sells the kiln that I bought, they have a really nice, extensive library of high quality ceramic reference material. Some of it's very expensive because it will send you to a link to go to Amazon, and it might be $100 book because of the rarity or the education value. I don't know. But they have other stuff that you can get for a couple of cents. So they have a great reference. This year, I've never looked through, but I'm sure it's great. We looked at kilns. I'll show you the wheel that I have. I like Shimpo. I have two different pottery wheels right now. I'm looking to get more, but I have the Aspire and I have the RK Whisper. I bought the Aspire for teaching lessons or for being able to, because it's much more portable. You can sit it on a tabletop. It can actually throw up to 20 pounds of clay. And you'd be surprised in how much 20 pounds is because it's almost a bag. I think a bag is 25 pounds of clay. So with 20 pounds of clay, you can make quite a bit. The most I've ever thrown is 20 pounds. People can throw a lot more than that, obviously, but 20 pounds makes a very large vessel, very big. And see, I like the styling of this like bricked, old school kind of wheel. They also have the more plasticky kind. But the reason I bought this Whisper is because it could throw up to 100